Hello, vengeful tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Thracia 776 with me, BlueAnkylo. It's time to go back to Manster. It's been a long time for me. I don't know how long it's been for you guys. This is where Raydjerk and captured Leaf, and he had Marita and Nana captured for a long time, and then turned Ivel into stone. We had to escape that terrible prison cell and all that. This was Leaf's big downfall setting, and we're finally going back at full power Leaf to get vengeance on this man. We even have a special sword to kill him, and it's all coming back here. And if you made it this far into the series, I just want to say thank you. We are at, like, I've added up, it's like 65 hours of footage or something from Chapter 1 to here, even with the high speed, super speed mode. So, wow, this has been an endeavor. We're not done yet. There's still a couple chapters to go, but at the very least, we're going to try to deal with Raydjerk today. Other than that, what's to say? I'm not 100% done my preps. I've got a couple more to do. I'll finish them off with you guys as we look around the map, and we'll get in there. I do apologize a little bit in advance. Because such a big time jump has happened, and I sort of fell out of love with Thracia, the story won't hit quite as personal for me as it might have if I played it all together right after Genealogy. I did a little bit of recaps on the Genealogy story and what's been going on in Thracia, actually. So I'm probably more in tune with what's going on today than I was when I recorded the last few episodes. But it's something about... I feel like... I mean, we'll give it a bit of a recap at the end of the game, but there's a bit of, like... As much as I enjoy the story in general for Thracia, there's too many units that have, like, nothing to talk about. There's really just so many units. And, it kind of feels like it gets bogged down in some of these really, really long, frustrating maps. I mean, you can warp skip them, but, if you're playing them, if you're playing the maps, boy, some of these things drag on almost as long as the Genealogy maps. And there was only 10 Genealogy maps across 2 huge story arcs. So Thracia's got like 30 or more, and they also take a very long, at least some of them take a very long time. And it's a lot of times just due to, Thracia traps that'll get you to, well, if you're not using save states, to restart your map and stuff. That kind of thing is, well, it's a bit rough. Anyway, we got to get back to the game here, so let's see the story. There might not be much introduction, honestly, seeing as we just seized this gate last time, and now we're just, heading on in, but let's see what they have to say to us. Having overcome countless obstacles, Leaf finally stood before the gates of Castle Munster. Better known today as the Fiend's Lair, the castle towered above the city, intimidating the Liberation Army with the sheer size. Once, Leaf had fled these very walls as a mere fugitive, but now he returned as a conqueror. He stood ready to rescue a lost loved one, and in so doing usher in a new era. At least they give you a small recap. So it's technically a different map than the last couple, but we are essentially just inside Castle Munster. The prison would have been underneath, the Colosseum would have been underneath somewhere. So we're heading back through all of that. Let me load up mostly finished preps, get some music going, and we'll get to talking. Today's Overclock remix for you guys is Final Fantasy VI, which I don't think I actually have covered since I did the Thracia music. So, Super Nintendo RPG, you guys know it. Lots of good music. Oh boy, where do we start? So this is one of the big, perhaps, well, maybe the toughest boss in the game. I mean, literally you have to fight him. He halves the power of anyone that attacks him. Basically the same thing Julius did, right? In Genealogy. And he's got a chance to just not die. I think because he doesn't have Nihil, you could probably kill him with Luna. He's got 28 magic, which is pretty huge. Does he have a throne bonus? Yeah, so essentially 28 magic defense and 26 physical defense. I'm assuming, yeah, Marita could probably get it done, maybe. Maybe Trude with Nihil. I don't know if anyone else could have Nihil. But yeah, basically, you might be able to Nihil your way through it, or Luna your way through it, or... I guess Nihil just gets rid of Pavice. No, you need Luna to ignore his defense. Both of them maybe would be nice. But honestly, this is Leaf's kill, 100%. It's plot, and Raedric is Ray Jerk. He's the guy that screwed everything up for Leaf, basically. Been hunting Leaf this whole game, and all that. So there's sort of an optional objective up here, which is a little bit complicated. It requires some of these kids to open this door that we can't open. There's a secret shop somewhere over here. You know, that's fun. And is it locked? I think maybe we have to open. I'll check with my guide, because this is the part of the preps I'm not sure of. So basically, our army is in. This is like the most complicated map so far. We get 3 armies of 6. And imagine if you couldn't decide who was in each group. Ha ha ha. The original design of this game is, yeah, not great. But anyway, you get 3 groups of 6, and one of them can only go down the middle corridor here to fight Raedric and his sort of bodyguards. One group has to fight a bunch of dark mages to free the kids and maybe get optional objective. And then the other group deals with a huge couple rooms with a ton of mages. Also, there'll be some reinforcements, I think, here, somewhere around the throne, and maybe up here? Not 100% sure. So yeah, 3 different objectives. You can, of course, warp and rewarp and rescue between the groups, but in general, they're split up, which, you know, makes things a little bit tricky for planning. I'm also in a position where I don't want to fatigue the wrong person, and technically Laura was already fatigued. I wish I had not danced 2 extra times on the last map. I have 4 stamina drinks left, and I should probably give her 1 for this map. There's only 2 more maps after this, and I have 3 stamina drinks for emergencies. It's not great, but the goal is to not fatigue out some people. And I do have a secret plan, which I will go over eventually, for how to maybe stretch out our stamina drinks. If I was replaying Thracia again, I would have bought more stamina drinks early on. There was a couple shops we could buy them at. I did not buy as many as I should have. Or maybe I wasted some of them when I shouldn't have. But yeah, definitely get more stamina drinks. At this endgame crunch, you really... I mean, I've got a lot of units, don't get me wrong. But you really don't want to not be able to bring someone with A-rank staves, or... I don't know, just imagine if Marita was fatigued and I was out of stamina drinks for this map. It would be much harder. So, yeah, this is my group that I'm going to bring. You might notice we've pretty much benched all of the sort of exclusive outdoor units. Finn, Karen, and Dean are pretty much done for this game. There's nothing they can really do inside dismounted. They can only use swords. I guess, to be fair, Dean has an A rank in swords, so he'd be fine. I guess I could have brought him. Maybe next map if I feel like it. But he can't fly, and his stats aren't perfect, so, you know, it's not good enough. And Finn never trained up his sword. Karen never trained up her sword. Xavier would be a good option, actually, because he just has, you know, pretty good weapon ranks anyway, and he's my only A-rank bow wielder. So if I wanted to use someone with, I've got like a master bow and a brave bow. He's actually the only person that could even use them, and he would do pretty well, honestly. But he's as good as he is. I have more attachment to units I've had a long time, or are sort of more plot relevant, or holy blood. Let's just look. I have preference for certain characters, and Xavier just, you know, he's cool, but he's also a giant wall of stone. He's super slow. I'm gonna bring Dermot, who's even newer than him, but you know, he's one of the he was in genealogy. He's one of the kids. Charm is great. He's got A rank in swords anyway. He'll be fine, you know. Other than that, I don't think there's anything super interesting. I've got a lot of staff users. I'm not bringing Safi, and I might switch her in, because I should probably hammer in this map if I can, honestly. We're running out of maps. And I keep deciding not to, but I think I should probably use one thief and then hammer in it. So if I don't know who to swap her with right now, but I was trying to keep a couple staff users out so they didn't get fatigued. But you know, this is what it gets. This is what it comes down to. I might swap out. I mean, honestly, I don't even think I need Dawson on this map. we'll see. I'll have a look around. I don't actually need a ton of melee units, and Dawson is a little bit weak on magic, and a lot of this map is, well, magic. So there's a couple more things to talk about on the map. So on the left side, Jormungandr, Dark Mages, a whole bunch of them, and honestly, we just need someone who can handle this, and also maybe some antidotes and stuff. Hell is over here, which is the, if you get hit, drops you to HP 1. Doesn't kill you, probably, but is certainly a pain. And then there's a whole bunch more up here. So there's a couple Hells snuck in there, and a bunch of Jormungandrs. And that's it, just a whole bunch of them. So what we really need is a high evade, maybe high magic unit, like Homer, who could just go kill them all. And I think he's probably fine. He might not be the best, but I think, well, there's two people. Basically, Olwen, who can use Dire Thunder to get Vantage and kill them, and Homer to help clean them up. I think between the two of them, they're probably a pretty good match for these Dark Knights. On the left side, I might want Nana for support, maybe, or healing, or something. Status staves. Lithis is here to open some doors on the left side. There's not really a lot of chests. Linoan is, I don't know. See, I'm not sure where she needs to go. I don't know where I want to put Maka either. So, a couple of these people are just here because I don't know what else to do with them. But I think Homer, Lithis, and Olwen are definitely on this side. On the right side, it's also a bunch of mages, but we're gonna... This is not the same kind of mages. So, this one has Ensorcel, whatever. I would like to steal it, but otherwise, no big deal. This one's got Rescue, which is... I think they'll probably waste it on someone, so maybe steal that. Restore means if I don't disable this one, he can go around and wake up people who are put to sleep. And I might want to put some of them to sleep. Especially Berserk, which is pretty annoying. Hell is range 1-2, so this guy's not super high threat. Fenrir is long range, so could be annoying. And Sleep, yeah, well, there you go. So, what I'm considering, and Fortify, whatever, I've got a whole bunch of these, it's fine. I'm planning on, like, putting this guy to sleep. Sleeping or silencing him, so that's 2 that I have to hit on, like, turn 1. This one would be nice, that's 3 hits of sleep or silence. This one's on the list, that's 4. This one can wait. This one can wait. This one would be nice, that's 5. This one doesn't matter, and this is number 6. So there's 6 units in here that, if possible, we disable turn 1. There's a Sleep Edge. He's a little bit dangerous. Berserk Edge, also pretty dangerous. We want to get rid of those. In here, we've got normal Jormungandrs. So we got to kill those. Someone like Sarah can probably just wipe them out with wind, or whatever Tome might give her. So that's fine. Shannon's here to go shopping. I got the member card. I might need to give him a door key, though. I have to double check that. He just needs to be somewhere with someone who can warp him. Because, oddly enough, the only way to get up here is to be warped in. It's kind of a weird secret. It's a big secret. Right, so that's it. And I think there's... I mean, I'm going to pull up the other thing in a second. But that's the right side. So a whole bunch of statuses. Not a lot of combat, though. This group doesn't have tons of stuff to fight. So I'm thinking this might be my warping group. Which is why Lara is over here. And then maybe Tina. I'm thinking if I put if I bring Safi, we could bring Shannon to go shopping, Tina, Sarah, Safi, and then like maybe one of these guys, someone else to make sure we can kill things and capture things, but not a big deal. The South group, Leaf is going to start here. Oddly enough, we can't actually see Ced's equipment, so it's going to be all messed up, because at the end of last chapter, he had a full inventory, which in hindsight was a mistake, because you don't get to control his inventory on deployment, which is kind of dumb. But anyway, Leaf's down here. You got to make sure you bring that Broggy Blade. And his job is just going to be, effectively, to kill Raedric. A lot of these guys in the middle here, though, have cool stuff. If possible, I would like a Master Axe, because I missed the last one. And a Flame Sword. Just so there's, like, 2 items I'd like to steal. Master Bows I don't really care about very much. Restores, they're not bad. These guys can't fight back anyway, so it's pretty much automatic. And then Raedric. And there's going to be one more guy up there. So you need Marita in the middle for reasons that will make sense shortly. And because there's going to be Ced here, I kind of want Asbel to hang out with Ced. I think they have a support, and, you know, Ced's going to help out. So then we've got Salem, who's probably going to have some statuses. I haven't decided what. I thought I gave him a couple. Then oh no, I know what it is. Ced has a sleep staff. We know this from the end of last chapter. And then Ocean is here to help out with the middle. But honestly, right now, I don't really have an important use for Dulcin, Ocean, Maka, Callion, and Dermot. There's a few people. I mean, Dermot gives charm, so he's fine. But I've probably got 4 units or so that I don't know what I'm doing with. So we'll see. I have cleaned out my inventory. I want to show that off real quick here. I've sold most of the stuff we used to have because we're at the end of the game, and I want to have as much money as possible for buying stuff. I also haven't fully planned out, so this is going to take a while getting everything planned out, but I want to show some of this off. So yeah, I just sold most of the stuff I was carrying around. I just for fun, I was like, you know what? I'll put some of our iconic weapons on some of the units that are not really fighting. Just because, I don't know, I was like, Dagdar could have a hammer, and Halvin could have a broken Vuj, and, you know, whatever. Just stuff like that. If we look at the convoy, I've also gotten rid of, well, it's still 119, ha ha ha. Mostly, this is just all the staves that I've been hoarding, and I have been hoarding them. We've got a lot of staves. We've also got a whole bunch of boltings and meteors, and a variety pack of magic. But I have gotten rid of most of our excess weapons that I'm probably never going to use. So, there you go. We cleaned up the weapons. We can't really use lances indoors, so I sold most of them. And there's only like a couple units to use axes, so we didn't need very many. And like, nobody uses bows, so I sold most of the bows. But yeah, we've got a pretty big supply of rewarps and stuff. So I'm going to try to, like, this is the prep work. I've got to figure out who gets what staff. And I'm going to have to skip the lullaby song. Yeah, so that's the plan. I've got a couple more scrolls to give out. That doesn't take very long. There's not a lot. I actually don't think there's going to be a ton of combat on this map. We just need a couple fighting units on each side, and we should be okay. The trick is really more like making sure I've got the reinforcements under control and getting all these statuses dealt with and handling the middle. And, you know, there's some stuff to work on, but I think this is another one of those maps that's kind of resolved in the first, like, 2 or 3 turns, and a lot of them are like that. If you prep well, it's kind of over before it starts. So let's pull up the strategy guide, Nintendo Power Magazine here, and let's look at what we need to remember, basically. Imagine playing all this stuff blind. I couldn't do it. It's too much. Okay, Objective Seize Throne. Easy enough. There is an optional objective that requires Sarah to be alive and to get a special chest item, which we can only get from one of these randomly selected children opening a door. Isn't that so Thracia? So I don't think there's anything special I need to do other than keep these kids alive and let them get up here eventually and have someone that can open a chest. This all seems relatively straightforward. So that's fine. Secret shop. Oh, look what you can buy. Maybe you can guess what I'm going to buy right now. Would it be more speed rings or skill rings, power rings, shield rings, or defense? That's kind of nice. Which one am I going to buy a bunch of? There's a new unit. We can't see him yet, but you need Marita. So what I want to have a good idea on in my head, and I want to spend a second here, is reinforcements. Right entrance, we could probably block these up by leaving units in front of them. There's not a lot to do on this right side. We've got 6 units, and they're not going to be active very often. So we could block these soldiers. Of course, they're just soldiers. Level 20 soldiers with great lances, it's not a big deal, really. So this is low priority. It's status, a million dark mages and getting here. This is not something I'm particularly worried about, and there's no reinforcements here, by the way. Above Raedric, 1 sorcerer, and this guy is special because he comes with the unlock staff, which, unless we deal with him, he just opens a bunch of doors. That's okay. Saves me some door keys. I think the idea is he releases these from their pens. They come out to get you. I don't know what else he would do with the unlock staff. There's not that many doors. Probably just releases these, and, I mean, if you were stuck, I guess, you know, if you ran out of door keys, you don't really get to control where your thief deploys if you're playing this normally, so you might not have any door keys. Your thieves could be dead. I guess he prevents a soft lock, probably by opening all the doors on the map, so you can still beat the game. So, you know, that's probably fine. Let's see here. Well, you can always warp across, but, you know. 10 to 20. So there's a lot of sorcerers that are going to show up here, but it's going to take a while. I have a feeling everything's over by turn 10, but we'll see. And they're just Jormungandr sorcerers, but they will get the ambush reinforcements, so gotta remember that if we take too long. And if we wait a very long time, a thief will show up over here. I'm not sure if that really matters. 20 turns. I guess he might kill some kids, so we just gotta block it off. That should be fine. And then final group. Well, I don't think they can show up until we open this door, but we have possibly infinite sorcerer reinforcements according to the guide. If you want to grind, I guess, but I'm pretty sure Raedric will be dead by the time we open this door. So reinforcement's not terrible. There was a glitch apparently if you're playing the original translation, but if you're using the version I'm using, it should be okay. And I mean, there's some strategy guides here. Yeah, so I have to give a door key to Shannon. I didn't realize there was a door here, so make sure Shannon has a door key and the member card. And yeah, Galzus, you might remember some dialogue between him and Merida or Ivil. We'll learn more about that once they chat. And then we got to kill Raedric, and there's some cheats to kill him, but that's it. Okay, so a complicated start, but honestly, I don't think it'll be too bad as long as I can handle a whole bunch of statuses on the first turn. And I said there's 6 of them I want to deal with. This guy could wait a turn if I don't want to rush it. So I'm gonna give up on one of my units. I just don't see a lot of combat. I was planning on using Dulcin in the middle, but he's just very slow. I mean, Ocean is a beast. Let's leave Dulcin behind. Dulcin has proved his worth. He's a higher level. He's been trained up. And then I can bring Safi and Hammer. And also, I think you just need all your staves. Okay, so she's moved here, which is fine. Ocean and Callion and Shannon. Okay, what do we want? Merida's in the right spot. Every time you change your deployment, it reshuffles. Lenoan is down here now. Salem's gonna get a sleep staff off of Sed. That's 1 sleep. Asvel is planning on blizzarding one of these. That's 2 to sleep. And then Sed, I'm pretty sure has an A rank in wind as well, assuredly. He could also blizzard one of those. So that's this group, assuming they have less than 13 magic. Ah, yeah, no pattern. Their stats are terrible. That's, at the moment, we should be able to cover 3 Dark Mages on turn 1. We need to open this door, and then open that door. Oh, right, I want Lar to be probably with all the Warpers. So Lifis is going to open some doors. Olwyn and Homer are here to kill. Nana is here as a backup. She's got a silence. That's number 4 on Dark Mage. And the rest of the guys over here are just to kind of help deal with Dark Mages. There's not really a lot to do on the left side. I still think Dermot and Callion are kind of just extra. Dermot does give Nana support, because they're brothers. So, you know, that's cool. And Homer actually supports Nana too, so kind of made sense to keep them all together. I have not done a great job teaming up supports, but, you know, it's there. Lifis is like him and Safi or something, but whatever. He's actually pretty strong these days. He got a lot of arena grinding, right? And then Callion, you know, whatever. He's just there for fun. So what am I up to? 4? Yeah. Now, technically, Olwyn, in theory, could bolting, but I don't think she can one-shot kill them. She'd need to do 40 damage. That's probably not going to happen. So I think, in terms of keeping a little bit of space open, because my inventory is very, very full, Let's move that out of the way. She's my lightning mage. She's got a cool sword that I don't know if I'll ever use. I don't even know if I'll use Thoron, to be honest. She could just use Dire Thunder and be fine, but I'm giving her all the lightning magic, because... So we're up to 4. On the right side, Sarah's got a silence. That's 5. I needed at least 1 more. Tina can also hit 1. That's 6. And I could Dancer and Thief as well, if I want to, because I want to Hammer. And Safi could also put things to sleep as well. That's technically 7. 8, because we had the Safi plus the dance is 8 up here. So that's pretty effective on turn 1 Alpha Strike. That's assuming nothing misses, like maybe Blizzard misses or something. Well, that's pretty cool. And I did have one crazy strategy. Wait, Oh, I think it's on Leaf. I've got the Sleep Edge over here that I've really never used. I could technically use that on somebody. Like, there's one over here. I think what I might try with Leaf is to have him put... I don't know if he'll just kill them, though. But I was thinking it'd be kind of neat if Leaf could use the Sleep Sword to put these guys to sleep. Although I have a suspicion it just kills them. I wonder if you can put... Okay, yeah, Thrones and Gates are immune still, even with the Sleep Sword. So you couldn't put Raedric to sleep with it. That'd be kind of funny. But I have a feeling he might just have enough strength with 20... Like, this is still 28 damage. He won't double, but he could still adept, technically. That's 28 damage, no doubling. No, this guy could take... Well, he does die in 2 hits, but... as long as we don't crit or adept, we could put these guys to sleep. It would be better to put it on someone with low strength, but such a person does not exist. We've, well, you know, combat is not really the problem with Thracia. So anyway, I brought the Sleep Edge. I don't know if we'll really get any use out of it, but I think I'm pretty happy with my preps. We are gonna, oh no, we're not quite done. Warp and Rewarp is not covered yet. We are going to repair the Thief's Staff, this map. Shannon's gonna go shopping. Okay, yeah, that's important. Don't forget, yeah, this is, I know, we're 27 minutes in. I legitimately did a lot of preps already. I probably spent over an hour doing preps. And you can see how we're still not really fully set. Okay, so he can get warped and do that. I was kind of thinking Ocean... I was thinking someone up here might just kill a bunch of mages. Like, if I can lure them to the right, he could also, in theory, lure, like, an archer over or something. I would like to capture the Master Axe, but in theory, remember that this wall is dangerous, and I could probably put Ocean here to lure some mages, at least. Or someone else. I think the Vouge is probably the most reliable, other than using our own mages. I could put Lenoan. I mean, Lenoan, she needs to use a little bit of staff rank, and she'll rank that up too. She's another staff user that we've got access to. She could put someone to sleep as well. So we really do have a ton of status, which is cool. I mean, this is what all those sleeps. This is what all the hoarding was for. So I think I need to clean up some inventory. So okay, one of my goals. I'll reveal my final prep, and this is the last thing I'm trying to plan for. I want to buy a whole bunch of plus life rings, whatever they're called. Of course, once you go up here, you can't come back down, right? It's a one-way trip unless you rescue back. So my goal is to take a bunch of my low HP staff bots and give them a whole bunch of HP up. And that way we can bypass, if they get to like 20 or 30 fatigue on this map, we could just raise their HP so that they would not be fatigued. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. I don't actually think, like, most of these people will not be doing any healing. So I can save up some inventory space here for shopping. So let me think. Tina's over here. We've also got, in theory, Laura for holding some inventory. Lenoan, honestly, I don't have a use for her. I was thinking she'd be a combat. You know what? I'm gonna swap her with Ocean. I thought I was gonna have something for her to do. I'll put her up here and let her Nosferatu the mages. That should be fine. That'll give her something interesting to do. And that way she's still getting a bit of use. We don't need any of this stuff. I do want to bring a couple physics, but what I'm trying to do is anyone in this group can be warped or rewarped up here because Shannon has to do the shopping to get the discount, and I have a fair amount of money, but I need to send them up there with the least amount of warps and rescues and rewarps to pick up all the items. So, for instance, what am I doing here? We need to go back to the items. Menu traversal is half the battle here. And we can just take a rewarp. Oh, she can't use them yet. Oh, that's right. She needs to be warped. She's very, very close to B rank, or to A rank, but... What if I, So if Tina, for instance, moves up to here and does a silence or sleep. Sleep is C rank, easy enough to use. Lenoan could trade it over, use it, get some staff rank, and then still have Nosferatu equipped to kill some dark mages, which is kind of one of my goals, side objectives with her. In theory, we can also dance. Safi is here to, at the moment, Hammern. Someone does need to kill all these, and I do think Sarah can handle it. I've got a lot of things going on, clearly. So who's my warper? Sorry, there's a lot of hardcore thinking going on here. I'm gonna say, for the purpose of space, that Safi will be my warper. I'm gonna give her the main warp staff, and I don't actually know if we need the rescue staff, actually. I mean, Shannon could buy a bunch of stuff and we could rescue him out. Or someone could rewarp up and then rewarp back down. I guess rewarps are a bit cheaper. So we want... Let's see. Tina also needs a little bit of staff practice, like hardly any, and she'll have A rank. I'll give her the rewarp. She's so not a combat unit, I don't really want her anywhere near the fight. Where is it? There you go. Just want to make sure I've got enough stuff that I can do. I mean, I haven't, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. You know, it would be nice to have a combat unit over here that can... Well, I guess the plan is I just need someone that can kill the mages. Everything else is kind of going to get covered. And honestly, I don't think Sarah's going to have a big problem with Wrath. Let me just double check. She's got like 57 avoid. Or we could let Lenoan do all that. I was going to have Lenoan cover the north, but... Well, there's 4 down here. We just put her here. Let them start suiciding. I guess I want someone that can grab... There's a few items that we'll want to pick up here. There's definitely, like we're going to use a bunch of sleep charges and silence charges, so we'd like to pick up a replacement sleep. There's only the one, I guess. The Berserk. Yeah. I mean, I guess we're technically gonna get another rescue. I think what I'll do is I'll also put a rescue staff over here, because I might want, like, one more unit to block the door or to fight, because I don't have any combat units over here. I could swap Laura. I don't, you know, I'm gonna do that instead. I'll send her down the middle, I guess. That way Ocean can still help out against the soldiers. Keep waffling on what we're gonna do. So Ocean helps fight any soldiers. Laura helps dance through the longer hallway. Is that it? Am I good? I'm gonna give Nana. I don't want to be like once we start, I don't want to have to like restart the whole map. I'm gonna give her a rewarp. 2 uses is kind of lame. Let's give her a good one. I don't want to waste all these either. Maybe I'll try to keep 2 full charge rewarps. That should be okay for her. She can help out or whatever, wherever she needs to be. I'm only bringing 1 warp staff. That's 3 uses. And I can hammer and more. That was the other kind of big question is, what should we hammer? This hits me in basically every Fire Emblem. This always happens, where I'm like, well, we have limited uses of hammer, and what do we use it on? What's the most valuable weapon we have? I mean, I was gonna say the Brave Lance, but we can't use it anymore. We have a Brave Sword, but it's fine. We've got a bunch of Silver Swords. Let's look at cool weapons. Kingmaker's good, but it's got a ways to go. Groggy Blade's not gonna break. Nosferatu is pretty good, but I don't think it's gonna break. We could, in theory, if we really think this is important, we could fix that. It's kind of unique. I don't think I'm gonna need more warps, as it turns out. I thought I might, but we stole a lot. Graph Caliber is pretty cool, but I don't think we need that. Marita's sword, if that was broken, that would be very good. The Brave Axe is pretty strong. We have this is our Vouge number 2. Dire Thunder, we definitely don't need another one. Bayo Blade, we just got. Like, there's no way that breaks. There's just not enough weapon use. I mean, yeah, the Brave Lance is the most destroyed. I guess Dragon Pike, I didn't use it as much as I could have, really. I didn't realize. It's just, I wasn't even warp skipping the maps, but there's just not enough combat to actually break all these weapons. And I probably use iron swords and stuff mostly, so yeah, I don't know. I have the hammer. I guess I'll just stake it for emergency warps. Like, if I need more charges of sleep or something, I can just fix them at the end of the map or something. So I think that's it. We're gonna give this a try. I'm not 100% confident I've got all the preps as much as I could, so I'm gonna make a bunch of backup saves here in case we have to retry. But I mean, I think I've got a good plan. We'll learn pretty quick. Oh wait! I definitely missed one thing. Door key. Someone in South Group needs to open the door. I think Dalson was my guy, and then I got rid of him. So I think it's gonna turn into Maka. Yeah. Well, technically, and I do forget this all the time, Laura is still able, I think, to open doors, right? I think, it's not. I'm pretty sure she can still use lockpicks. Yeah, you need the steel skill. So in theory, you actually can still use Laura to open doors with a lockpick. I just always forget about it because she's a dancer, but she was originally a thief, so she sort of keeps those powers. It's only one door though, and I did buy a few door keys, so it's fine. Did I have one on? No. Okay, I never figured out who I was giving it to. Oh, I got those scrolls. I gotta take the scroll. Yeah, and I've still got a few door keys in case we need them on the next couple maps. Which we might. Scrolls. Who's missing a scroll? You got a scroll. You don't probably need one. Oh, right. Linoleum was going to do some combat. Give her a scroll. You can have the, it doesn't really matter. Movement scroll. That's fun. Anybody else doing combat that should have a scroll? Asvel's like range combat. Marita's good. Homer's good. Ocean's good. Sarah's good. Olwyn. Salem. I don't even think he's going to do much combat. Dermot. Probably not combating. Callion's even got one. Mock has even got one. So basically everyone's got one. Maybe Nana? Or Asvel? I mean, it's probably more likely that Asvel gets into combat than Nana. So, make him immune. That's a very good mage scroll there. Like it matters. Okay, I also don't want to use all of my Blizzard tomes. I think I have... Let me just double check, like... I have lots of spare warps and restorers. I didn't even bring any restorers. I'm just trusting that we don't get statused. But I do have a fair number of spare silences and stuff. I also have unlocks I could use. I still haven't found a good use for these, honestly. So we've got a pretty good stash of those. We're a little bit low on sleep staves. And in terms of range, we've got a ton of bolting and meteor. But this is all of my Blizzard. I've got 9 uses of Blizzard left. And I don't want to use them all. I'm just bringing both of them. No, I'm not. I'm gonna... We don't need that many. I'm gonna bring 4 charges. And then I'm gonna bring if I do want to spam stuff, I'll bring some meteors. If I need some help to kill. Should be fine. Yeah, I don't think it'll matter. It'll be fine. And I do have some physics, right? Not a ton, but some people have physics. Except for, well, I didn't really finish out all my shopping plan, to be honest. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I've got some inventory space. I've got a couple people with warp. I should have at least 1 rescue, I guess. Being lazy. You can have warp and you can have rescue. There's not very many. There's just 1. You can hammer it if you need to. Well, we're going to steal another one. And the truth is, like, we should be getting another one anyway if we do this right. Okay. Alright, that's enough messing around, Blue. Get to it. 40 minutes in. This is definitely a... I mean, seriously, I have to record some of this, guys. I probably spent at least 40 minutes, probably longer, in my original non-recorded preps. These maps take a ton of preparation. It's crazy. Raedric, do I hear correctly that you've allowed the rebels to invade? Ah, if your eminence would grant me more time, I'll see to it the vermin are wiped out. Don't promise more than you're capable of. It's obvious to anyone with eyes that the rebels have the overwhelming advantage. Even for you, this is pathetic. I thought you'd at least be more useful than this, but it seems I overestimated you. I wash my hands of you, Raedric. Our alliance has come to an end. Thanks. This is what's this guy's name? The evil dude? Not Raedric, but the other jerk. His theme song there. Bishop Veld. Please, if you abandon me now, not above begging, are we? Oh, very well. I'll consider this a dead man's last request. I shall spare you a battalion of sorcerers from the esteemed Walkenrosen. Also, the always battle with volume. Don't let your guard down, Prince. There aren't many of Raedric's men left, but he's made up the difference by hiring a slew of sellswords. The most dangerous of them all is a swordsman by the name of Galzus. Challenging him directly is suicide, maybe. Galzus, you say. What should we do? Our only option is to lure him close enough for me to ambush him with Forseti. Yet even I don't know if I will defeat him. We barely have enough troops to maintain such a division. Augustus, why did you insist on splitting our army in 3? That was kind of silly. Divide and conquer, of a sort. The second group is to rescue the children, and the third will arrest the Elotrian bishops. Oh, arrest. As their tasks are a race against time, that was all the more reason to send them in ahead. Rescuing the children goes without saying, but why bother with the bishops? There's a place of worship in the east wing of the castle where the Loptrians congregate. The bishops pose a grave threat to our army as they wield berserk and sleep staves. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So that group's got to deal with them. Well, unless you have your own sleep and berserk staves. What if you just lock them in there and berserk them all? That'd be kind of fitting, right? Indeed, there won't be time for the others to circle back. We're certainly in for a difficult battle, Leaf. Leave the weaker foes to me. You leave. You focus on Raydurk. Understood. No matter what it takes, I'll cut him down. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Ced could just solo this. And, his inventory is such a mess. Double check. Yeah, he's got A rank in Wind, so he can Meteor and the other one. He'll be fine. And yeah, there's that lone sleep and some garbage that we should just throw away, I suppose. And he has a door key anyway. I didn't even need a door key, but no, he's going to be doing some tricks. Okay, turn 1 save. There's one guy that just arrived, Galzus. Killing him would be tricky, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Forseti would kill him. Forseti will double because he has a bazillion speed. Like, it only weighs 6, so he'll have 30 speed. Nothing is as fast as Forseti. He's got really good growths too if you bother giving him any level ups. I could give him a scroll or something, but actually that might be smart because he does have some risk of being crit if they don't immediately die to 66% crit rate thanks to, I think, Asvel and Leaf. I think maybe Karen also supports. There might be someone else too. Basically the Magi team you started with. Yeah, I actually think Ced would wipe this guy. Sorry, well, how much damage did it do? Like a bazillion? 37 damage with doubling guaranteed. 37 minus 9 is 28. Yeah, he one-rounds him. One-rounds him at range. The Flame Sword would give him a bit more survivability. Master Axe would give him some combo. But if he doesn't switch his equipment, yeah, Ced would just slaughter him in one round. So, you know, he could move down and we just kill him. But he does have movement stars, so he could just move and move again if he wants to be fun. Anyway, we got a bunch of stuff to do. Let's try not to miss anything. First up, I need Ced to, or Asvel to move up. So Maka, your job for now is to open the door. Salem is specifically here. Now, technically, Ced could use the Sleep Staff instead of the Blizzard. I'm thinking. Calculating. What's more valuable, Sleep charges or Blizzard charges? I've got effectively 9 Blizzards total. But I only have 6. I think I have 6 Sleeps right now in total. And then I may get one more. So in the end, we have exactly 9 of each. Which one's better? Sleep is infinite range, but you need to have more magic. Blizzard doesn't require you to have more magic, but it has limited range. They're fairly even. I'll let... you know... I was just deciding whether Ced wanted to hold on to the sleep for a bit longer or not. It's fine. We'll let Salem do it, and we'll let Ced do some blizzarding. So we're gonna start with... Oh boy, I should have maybe calculated out who gets what. I already traded, so I can't get out. I'm just gonna put a save in. I should have memorized it. I think this one at the right had something, so we'll start with him. I think. Yeah, we sleep the sleeper, so that was fair. Who's next? Before I start my action, the Blizzard Tomes are going to hit the ones in the left side, so if we don't silence or sleep the Restore guy, he'll just waste his charges. So this guy and maybe the Silence guy next. Yeah. So the plan for me was to have Asvel move up. And then Ced would move beside him and trade. And I might even dance them if they need it. I almost feel bad. I didn't even... I gave her a stamina drink. I maybe didn't even need to. It's kind of weird. We'll see what happens. Alright. I could also, if we don't have a 99% hit rate, I will move Leaf up to support if we need it. But so far, this is looking pretty safe. And these animations are cool, but they do take a while. Alright, more sleep. Next up, Restore Staff, probably? I suppose with Blizzard, there's a chance you kill. So you might want to use the Blizzard on things you don't mind losing. Like, I really wanted the Sleep Staff, so Blizzarding him might have killed him. I don't really care if I get the Berserk Staff. I don't know what happens if you Berserk an enemy. Probably nothing. So, they'll probably just attack you anyway, right? It's Thracia. We're going to hold on to the door key. I'm just going to throw this stuff away. I know, we spent so much work trying to capture, but... Alright. Pass this over. That puts him back. Oh, also, we're going to take one of those. And I don't want to waste Forsetti unless I have to. Well, we're going to equip the Blizzard when we attack anyway, I suppose. Oh, crap. Oh, we can't actually reach the one I was thinking of. That's Restore... Oh, man. I'm just going to look at my thing. My guide can tell me. Restore, Rescue, and Sorcerer. So this guy's got Restore. That's the least valuable of the ones. Rescue, we really... Well, it's more valuable than Restore, I would say. So, priorities. If this guy dies, it would be fine. Okay, so far so good. We could dance another Blizzard if we want. Marita, she's gonna go up pretty far. I don't know if Galzus will attack her. She's so fast. She's got a lot of movement up. She's looking good. I don't want her to like accidentally kill somebody. I'm gonna save Laura for last. Leaf is super fast, but for now, his job is just to provide support. You can't stand on these pillars, so that's kind of neat. If he gets a movement star, I don't think he can get all the way behind her. We'll put Leaf here. I don't know for sure if he'll attack. Okay, so far we're doing okay. The right side is like my most complicated, so I'm saving them for last. Lithis, it would be cool if you got like a movement star. Maybe I should have given someone a door key on this side. Actually, that would have been pretty smart. Or put Laura over here. Okay, one thing I didn't prep for was what these guys are going to do with all the kids. That's a good question. Maybe they'll attack Olwen or something. Whoops. Well, if that's the end of us, that's the end of us. We'll just have to restart, I guess. You're here for support, I guess. Dermot doesn't really have a lot of use. Callion doesn't really have a lot of use. Nana's job... If someone had a key, they could have opened the door, and... Maybe this is the side you should have your dancer on, really. Okay, we want to silence... Now, here's a question. If we silenced one, what if the non-silenced one moved over and stole it? I don't know if the AI is smart enough. Because, like, this guy, in theory, could trade away the Restore Staff and, you know, right? Like... I actually have no idea if they'd be smart enough to do that. I want to hit the Berserk guy. Oh, she doesn't have enough magic. I should have started with her, actually. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. I don't think she can hit anybody that matters. Whoops. Oh no, this is the Fenrir. Oh, you can see right there. That's the Fenrir guy. Okay, hitting that one's still valuable. Because that means he can't, at least this one, can't just go zap us. Oh yeah, I didn't realize that, yeah, of course, some of them have higher magic. Most of them have pretty low magic. Well, you can't see. But yeah, Nana's only got, like a 10. So her actual silencing is kind of on the low side. Okay, we still want to hit Berserk guy for sure. Rescue guy for sure. That's 2 that we definitely want to hit. And then, I mean, if they trade them around, that'll be funny. If I stole his, then I could move further down. How do we feel about Sarah still trying to lure some kills in? I think she'll be fine. She's got Wrath, as long as they don't kill her. It would have been probably safer with Nosferatu, but... Maybe this is where I should have put Nana, because she could use the Earth Sword, but... Well, how much damage do these guys do? They do, well, if they use Hell, they drop her to 1 and she's in trouble. It will have 76 accuracy. Oh, I mean, the odds are very, very low. I mean, this is a bit of a gamble. Make no mistake. But, it's exciting. That's the Berserk one. And she keeps the Wind Tome equipped. More exciting this way. Alright, Lenoan. I didn't give her any staves at all. Although we could trade one over, I suppose. Tina. Right, so you're gonna move... What else do we have to work? Well, we're gonna find out fairly quickly. We got one more to, like, silence or whatever. And then if they do trade them around, that'll be pretty clever of them. I'm gonna try to focus on silencing or sleeping the bishops. And I'll use the steel, because I mostly just want to get this repaired soon. I'll use that on someone that can't, like, trade a tome and then cast with it. And there, that gets her to A rank. That was one of the objectives. That's done. I don't really need to hammer in it this turn. Maybe I should have tested it. Like, it would be very nice to know if they, if they're able to trade items. Maybe we'll just go off of the belief that they won't. And then Lenoan can just charge down and counter kill all of them. And Safi can borrow the sleep and, well... I mean, I would like to get Lenoan to A, but maybe it doesn't matter. How does this look for her anyway? She takes 4 damage. She's probably going to get poisoned. Oh, yeah. I didn't bring any antitoxins or restore. Well, it won't take too long. If a couple people get, poisoned, it's fine. We'll get a restore staff in a little bit. And she's got a 5 FCM, so she's... They actually have a reasonably high hit rate on her. They just don't do really any damage. And, sure, 20 luck. She's capped out all of the stats that she has really much growth in. I actually gave her the one with movement up, which would be quite nice. Alright, so she could probably just kill all these guys. That's fine. And then, we did have one more guy to, you know. Rescue staff. Some skill. Skill and luck. Okay. That looks decent. Ocean probably didn't need all that equipment. So I didn't need to dance anyone on the right, on this side. I mean, I could have done some more. We can get Salem. Maybe I should just get Salem one more staff rank, and then promote him. This left side, I don't like it. I definitely didn't fully plan that out. Well, if it turns out that the kids all die, or that these guys can trade items, we'll find out. I'd like to have my own dark mage, you know. Is it worth another sleep? I don't know. I'm kind of wasting it here. This guy... Spend a sleep to get a sleep? A sleep sword, but we don't really know how they work very well. Or just take them down to only 2 possible jerks in this room. Well, if it turns out that we literally need to silence or sleep all of them, we'll probably have to be restarting this map anyway. Alright, I think, honestly, B rank staff was the last thing I was waiting for to promote him, so we'll probably just promote him. Well, let's see what happens here. They're gonna grab a bunch of children. Interesting. Okay, here, this is Sarah's big day. Probably, oh, she got movement up. Nice. Don't die. Should have turned on her animations, I suppose. A little bit of HP is probably okay. I was pretty sure she would just slaughter them all, so there you go. Oh, what? Blue hacks. The return. Oh, Linoan. Yeah, well, we knew she'd get hit. Linoan does not have the evade, because she's using a heavier tome. But, she also heals up, so... Alright, right side looks good. Magic. And move. What? Okay, they're up to no good down there. What was that? Did they actually... What are you doing? Stand.